Hi, and welcome to Good Morning Jerusalem. I am your host, Mr. John. For the next 2 weeks, I am going to tell you the incredible story of the controversial man we have come to know as Jesus. I got to follow Jesus around for the week, and the story you will hear is sad. It is strange, and it is amazing. In all my years of reporting, I think you will agree with me. These 2 weeks will show the greatest story you have ever heard. The week started as Jesus riding into town on a donkey into the town of Jerusalem. It's not so much that Jesus was coming into town riding on a donkey, it was the reception that he received upon his entry. The crowd was waving palm branches, which is usually only done when a king rides into town. But this reporter clearly heard the crowd cheering and praising Jesus on. I even heard some yelling, "Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." That was a mighty big praise coming from this crowd. I then got the pleasure to meet up with Jesus later in the week as him and his 12 disciples later went to go and have supper. Jesus even remarked that this would be his last supper. Upon hearing this, Jesus' friends, his disciples, were visibly upset. Peter made a remark to Jesus about how he never would leave or forsake Jesus. Jesus then looked at Peter and said that he would actually deny him 3 times before the rooster crowed in the morning. I will have further updates on this story as we go forward. Jesus also said that one of his disciples would betray him. This reporter has heard stories from good sources that the chief priests have given someone 30 pieces of silver to do just that, betray Jesus. After dinner, we all headed to the beautiful Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus wanted to go pray and asked his disciples to keep an eye on him while he prayed. I witnessed Jesus praying so hard, he was actually sweating blood from his brow. Jesus got up and checked on his disciples, and to everyone's surprise, they were asleep. This was repeated 3 times. Jesus would pray, and then he would check on the disciples, and they would be asleep. After the 3rd time, Jesus and the disciples were standing there when a crowd of people came up. Some priests, some Roman soldiers and guards, and in front, the disciple known as Judas, Jesus' friend and fellow disciple. Judas came up and kissed Jesus upon the cheek. Judas was actually signaling the guards to which one of the group to arrest. Judas was the betrayer, shocking all but Jesus. Jesus was not surprised. He actually knew who the betrayer was. It was at that moment things got hectic and nerve-wracking to this reporter. The guards came up to arrest Jesus. Peter quickly pulled out his sword and in one swift slash, off came the ear of one of the guards. Jesus, almost like calming a storm, got everyone to settle down. He then put his hand to the guard's ear, and this reporter saw something me personally, would call a miracle. The guard's ear was healed. It was then Jesus was shackled, arrested, and led away. That's my story for this week. Come back next week to see what happens next in the greatest story ever told. See you next week, and thank you for watching Good News Jerusalem. Our memory verse this week is, "Here is what I am commanding you to do.
Be strong and brave. Do not be afraid. Do not lose hope. I am the Lord your God. I will be with you everywhere you go. Joshua 1:9. Hey, Mr. John here with the family activity. I'm wondering if that other guy that you saw earlier, I'm related to somewhere down the line. I just don't know that. If Mr. John, that's just happened to be coincidence, I don't know. But hey, for our family activity, this is Holy Week. I would love for you to show me a picture in the comments on Instagram, or if you do Instagram, hey, hashtag FirstMBKids on there, and we can see that. We'd love to see pictures of you guys maybe doing something, dressing up for Easter. Maybe it's an Easter tradition, hunting for eggs, cooking an Easter dinner, something that you would normally do for Easter, but since we're at home, maybe you just have to do it a little differently. I know a lot of times you girls get really dressed up for Easter in your pretty dresses, and you guys may be wearing a tie. Hey, it may be a little different. Our Easter attire may be different. But I would still love to see something you do for Easter posted on there. And hey, since it is Easter week, I'd love for you to hashtag He is Risen on your picture for your activity and send it to me, guys. Hey, I miss you. I love you, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.